Okay guys, so today we'll be doing the Python exception task, and it's a quite simple and interesting task. So we don't have any quiz, and let's just jump into the task. So we'll first create the directory, which is this, and we'll copy it. Okay, and then we'll cd into our ALX high level and make the directory, paste it, and create my readme, and let me just paste this. Oh, sorry, do I have it there before? Oh, sorry, I haven't cd into it yet. So we create our readme with md, and then we'll paste it there. Okay, and then clear my screen, and let's jump into the codes. Okay, so the first thing is we have to write, do we have a test file? Yes, we do. I won't really go through the test files just to save our time, but it would be nice if you can go through them and learn from them. But anyone I see that won't waste my time, I will quickly go through it. So let's go here. So this one will be 0 main.py, right? So I'll say vi 0 main.py. Okay, and then I'll paste this, and then quit this. Alright, good. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna create our file, and then copy this 0 print safely, print list rather, 0 safe print, vi this, and then we're going to write our shebang line, user binary python 3. Okay, so good. So our prototype, we get our prototype from here, and then do what we're trying to do. Copy now. Google Chrome is not responding. Please respond though. Perfect. Okay, so define that. Okay, good. So it says that my list can print a function that prints x elements. Let's say x is 5 elements of a list you get. So we have like 5 here, and I want to print 5 elements of that list, right? So this one will contain integers, can only contain anytime, can contain integer, string, or anything. All element must be printed on the same line, followed by a new line. F represent the number of elements to print. S can be bigger than the list, so we can have return the real number of elements printed. So how many elements has been printed will be returned. You have to use try and except, and you're not allowed to import any modules. You're not allowed to use length, so to get the length. Okay, so what we do is we'll just say let's create a number and give it 0, and that one will give us the number that we were told to give them, how many times it prints, right? So that's fine. Then we'll try to do something. So we'll say for item in range, so we'll say range 0 to the number that x will be, let's say 5. Okay, so it's the same thing as just saying just 5 as well. Okay, and that will be our x. Okay, and then we indent it, and we print, we want to print it out. String format, don't forget, string dot format, and then we say this, right? And then we want to print out what's there. We want to print out each item at each instance, which is my list, right? My list at index item, right? At index item, right? And then we want to print it, and we don't want a new line, so we'll end it with just this guy, right? Okay, so I think we have two of these, which is one, so we're supposed to just have one. I think my list, this one should be, yeah, yes, and then this is correct. Okay, so once it prints that, we'll update the value of num to the num plus 1, which is also n plus what? 1, right? And also that will be all. So this one would print all those values out for us. And also if we get an error during the printing, so we'll come outside this and say except, that's immediately after the try, we have except, we have like an index error. So this one is when, for example, x is 5 and we already have 4 lists and it's trying to print out what is not there, so it's going to give us an index error. So if we have that index error, we should just pass it and we should not do anything, and at the end it should just print a new line, okay, to the new, and then it should return the number of how many times it's been printed, which is anywhere. And that will be all for this. And then we can just change the mode of zero main.py, which is have it 0 main.py, and execute it. So we have this. So we can then say flick it 0 what's that file called again? Save print. And it says we are good, then we add it. Git add 0 save print, git commit, and we'll say that it should be a what's it called? Print number of x in a list, x elements. And then let's push it. Okay, so that will be that, and let's check our code and see. I think we have almost same output. Let's check our code. Network is loading. Okay, all right, so we're checking our code to see if it's correct. Okay, we have an error, so let's see where it is. Okay, anyway, let's just ask for a correction, probably an indentation error. I think, I don't know, let's see. So what's the error? Okay, we don't have a readme. Okay, I didn't push the readme, so let's do that. Okay, so we git add the readme, and then git commit and call it readme, and push it. So let's check again and see if it is correct. Test. Good. So let's go to the next one. The next one says, let's just copy the one main.py first. So copy this one main.py, copy. Then let's do it with Ctrl L, vi main.py, and then what do we do? Declare it. Okay, and then vi .py, and yeah, so we get the name here. One save print, still almost the same thing. Copy now, copied, yes, and paste it. Shebang user binary Python 3, and then we have the function definition. So it's write a function that prints an integer with a string format. Let me copy it well. Okay, so the value can be any type, right? The integer should be printed followed by a new line. Return true if value has been correctly printed, otherwise false. Try except, use this format. Don't import any middle and don't use tag. Okay, so that should be very simple. And then what should we do is we just try to print the integer, which is print. I think we're even given this guy. Okay, just the print. Okay, you're just telling us that. So we string dot format. Okay, dot format, and then we'll have this, and then we'll come here and here the placeholder, and then put colon D to show that we are printing an integer, and then inside we'll have value. So if it prints successfully, it should return true. Then it's going to return true. Okay, if not, then it's going to, if we see except, we can use exception, or we can use value error, type error, in case we see anyone like this. So we can use exception, or we say except in a tuple. Sorry, I pressed something wrong. We see value error or type error. Maybe you have a type that doesn't look like an integer or a string or anything, or value error. So if we have any of these two, then we should return false. Okay, so if you try to print something that is not an integer or something, yeah, an integer definitely, so it should give us a type error, or if we put in a wrong value, it should bring a value error. So instead of putting that, we've written an exception to return false instead of returning an error to the screen. Okay, so we'll change the mode of the one main.py, and then we'll execute it. And then we have this, and then we would check our code once to see if it is correct. Yeah, it's good. And then we'll say git push, sorry, git add, I'm jumping, I'm already late, and git commit, and say safe print. I hope my recording is still going on. Okay, still going on. Then I'll say save print integer, and then I will push it. So, oh sorry, why am I typing in double? Okay, so good. So let's check our code and see if it is working. Okay, test it. Okay, it's worked. So okay, next correction. So this one, it says write a function that prints x elements. Okay, anyway, just copy the main main.py, and then say vi2 main.py. Okay, and then I want to insert these guys. Okay, and then I'll come here and say copy the name to save print. Okay, vi, and and then this, and then enter, and then we'll write our shebang line, user binary and python 3. Okay, and then what we'll do next is look at the function definition, or the prototype rather. Good. So what do we need to do? It says that write a function that prints x element of a list and only integer. So it's like the first one, but only integer this time around. Okay, my list can be any type, integer, string, and anything. All integers have to be printed on the same line, followed by a new line. Okay, and then just like the second one, and then if other type of value in the list must be so if we, in case we have value error, we'll silence it, and then if we have type and value, we'll silence it. And also x represents the number of elements in the element to access in the list, and x can be bigger than the list. Return the real number of integers printed. So how many is printed, we return that. We use try and reset, we use this to print an integer. You're not allowed to import any books. Alright, so what we do is we say number equals to 0, and then we say for items in range, and then we'll put x here. We can put 0 to x anyway, and that's it. Okay, then we'll now try. So this one will iterate through whatever we have and then try to print them. So to print string format, dot format, and then here we have our placeholder, and then colon D, so that we're printing integer. Then we'll have our my list. We'll have my list at index x, right? Index items, okay, and then we want to put it in the same line like this, right? And equals to this. So how am I used to putting this guy like that? Okay, good. So we have this, okay, and then we'll say at that point our num plus equals to 1, right? We increase the value of our num. But in case we try to print and we have a value error, right? So it is, we'll say except we see, let's say value. Sorry, someone tampered with my audio, so I had to restart again. A call came in. Alright, or type error. Okay, in case we see all these two, we should sorry, I didn't indent it. Type error, we should pass, and then at the end of the for, we should come out of the for loop, and then print just print a normal line, and then we should return no. Okay, and that will be it. And then we just say chmod plus x to main, and then let's execute it to main, and then we have that. We have some errors. Let's see, index out of range, index error. So we have index error, so we didn't consider that, so let's just put that vi 2 save print value error, type error, and comma index error. Okay, alright, so let's just see. Okay, are we doing 2 or 3? ls, okay, 2, good. Thought I've seen that kind of stuff before. Git add, let's check our code, flick 8 to save. Okay, is it okay? good. Let us so with add to save with commit. So safely print a what? Safely print an int, and then we push it. So let us check. Okay, I think when they execute theirs2, they have the index error. So let me just remove that index error. So vi2s and just say I. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, good. So let us check now and see. So let me see. So we have our index error back. So okay, they said we should not take care of the index error anyway. So let's go to the next one, and then we have some correction here. So the next one now, we'll copy our main. I'm trying to be fast as I can because of time. I'll copy this vi tvmain.py and then I'll paste this wiki. Okay, and then ls, and then what else? Get this now. Get save print. Okay, so we're just safely printing things. Okay, so we have this, and then we have our shebang line, and then our user binary and Python 3. Okay, user binary Python 3, and then okay, return this. This is what I need. Add a function that divides two integers, right? It's going to divide two integers, and let's paste this first. Once it divides it, you can assume that A and B are integers. The result of division should print on the finally section preceded by inside result. Return the value of the division, otherwise known. Should use this format. Okay, good. I have all the information. So we try to print we will try to divide A and B, A divided by B. In case we have an error, let's say we have can have value error. You can just write exception as well, type error, or 0 index. That's if we're trying to divide by 0 index error. And for it, I think 0 division. So in case we have any of these things, it should just return none, right? So our div, which will be the one that will be returned, will equals to none. Okay, and finally, okay, so this one does, even if we have exception or not, then finally it should print. That's where we say we should have a print statement, which should be string dot format, and this too. Then what are we printing? We are printing a string, right? Inside results double dot. Okay. Inside results double colon and then space this, and then this one will just be div. Okay, and then we'll return div. Finally, we always return div, so whether it's return null or the answer to this, which is going to be this. Okay, so this one just handles the exception, and then this one prints the results out. Okay, so that's what it is. And then we'll say chmod plus x 3 make py, and then we are good, and then flake 3 save point. It says we are good, and we get add 3 save point, and then we get commit it, and then say save divide int, and then we push it. Okay, so check our code to see if it is correct. Okay, good. Okay, so the next one, we'll copy our main from main.py. So clear it. Hey, sorry. Open now the hashtag early. Okay, good. So our vi for main.py. I'm kind of rushing, so I don't have time. Let me see if my audio is still recording. Okay, good. Alright, so let me just change the mode down. Change mode plus x4, and then alright, so what we'll do next is I'll get the file name for list division. Please respond. Good. Shebang user binary Python 3. Good. So what else will we do? We'll say Python 3. Okay, back to the questions. Alright, so get our function definition. I'm supposed to divide the screen to make it easier, but anyway, I don't want this thing to be angry and shouting. Okay, so list prototype this. Okay, list my list. Define list my list 1, my list 2. Write a function that divide element by element to lists. Okay, list 1 and list 2 can contain any integers. The list length can be bigger than the length of both lists. So this the linked list can be bigger than both. If two elements can be divided, the division result should be equal to 0. Okay, so if two elements can, so division result should be equal to 0. If an element is not an integer float, it should print one time. If the division can't be done, you should print division by 0. If this and this is too short, you should print out of range. You have to try except and finally. Okay, so if you look at it, what are they actually doing here? Let's see. 10, 8, 4, 2, 8, 4. Then divided by 2 should give us 5. 8 divided by 4 should give us 2. Is that it? So we have 10, 8, 4, 4, 2, 0, each 2, 7. So this one give us 5. 8 divided by this one will give us 0. As the same should give us 0. 4 divided by this will give us an error and it's 0. 4 divided by 2 will give us 2, and then this one will give us 0. Do you understand? Yeah. So we are dividing list by a list. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to create a new list. We're going to create a new list. Okay, after creating the new list, then we'll iterate through the we'll go the amount of this list length times. Okay, so I'll say for item in range, and then I'll pass whatever list length is. LNGTH. Okay, so we'll do that. Good. Then we try now. We try to div and say div should have the answer, and you should try and divide my list 1, maybe the first list, and then at index 0, which will be the item at that point, right, divided by my list 2, right, and item which is at index 0 2 item, right, so div will have the answer. Okay, so that's that. So let's now do that one exception. So except, so if you have except, so we're given now that if you have, we should say wrong type. If an element is not an integer, so it means type error, right? So if you have type error, then we should print wrong type, right? And set our divide to be equals to 0, and then we can have except again, except what? If the division can't be done, right? If we divide by 0, we should print division by 0, right? We print division by 0. If the division can't be done, copy. Yeah, so except 0 division error. If you have 0 division error, then it should print this, division by 0, right, and set divide to 0. So except we have I think the third one should be index 0. So if this one and this is too short, So that will be the index error. So to have index error, then it should print out of range, and then set divide to 0 as well, right? Alright. Yeah. Divide should be equals to 0, not equate equality. Equals to 0. And then finally it should go to the next line. Oh. Be on the next line. I thought it would go by itself. Yeah, finally you should just print, you should new list dot, so the new list will be appending each item of divide at each instance during the for loop. Okay, so anything this guy, if you divide the first index guys, it will save it and append it to new list. Okay, and then when you come back to the second one, appends it. Okay, at the end, so we have to come out of the for loop, right? And then at the end you should return new list. Okay, and then we leave it, and then let's execute this guy. Okay, good. So let us flick it for, is this how to do this new list? Okay, very good. Then we did add for list, git commit for list division, for list division, yeah, and we push it. So let us check on our code if it is right. Okay, we are correct. So the next one, we're going to raise exception. This one should be quite simple, and then we'll just add this guy 5main.py. So I'll copy this guy and say vi 5main.py, and then I'll copy it, and then let me change the mode. Okay. Alright, so I'll just copy the name 5 rows. So we have to raise an exception. The word has even done what we want to do for us. So we add this. Okay, and then we have our shebang user binary .3. Okay, and then our definition, define raise exception. It takes no argument parameter. So what should we do? We have to raise an exception of what? Look at, we have exception raised, type error. Okay, try this, and if the thing gave you type error, okay, so we are raising the type error exception. Just put type error, and that will be all. Okay, so let's just run 5. Okay, exception list. Alright, and then we just git add 5 raise exception, git add git commit raise exception, and then we'll push it, and check the code. Good. So the next one is, let's go scroll down. That's it. We are raising a message now. Okay, so here's the message. Copy the 6 main.py. Okay, copy it. And then vi6 main.py, and then as that image in the node 6 main.py, and then we'll create that file 6 raised exception.py. So we'll create this file and shebound uses as well primary Python 3, and then define raised exception message. Okay, copy, and now we'll do this. Good. So what do? We have to raise what type of exception? Name error. We have to raise a name error exception with a message that will be this place, and then message, and that will be all. No need of indenting since there's nothing under it. Okay, so we'll just do 6. Yeah, 6 is fine, and then it add 6 still raised exception message, and it had case commit raise a name error and exception with a message and push it. Okay, check it. Oh, sorry. Okay, it worked. So 100 main.py. We'll copy this guy. And say vi 100 main.py. Okay, and then clear it ls. Okay, so once we do that, and then we would let me change the mode. U plus x 100. Okay, and then so let's vi domain. So vi domain and say this is it. 100 main.py. Shebound user being Python 3, and then so 100 main.py. What are we going to do? Have I copied the okay, so this one should be interesting. Let's see. So value can be any type. Write a function that prints an integer. Okay, it's going to print a value. Okay, so value can be anything. The integer should be printed followed by new line. Return true if value has been already printed. Okay, otherwise return false and print it in standard error. The error preceded by the exception. So the error the exception bring, we should send it to the standard error. We should use all these formats to print out. It's going to be like what we've done before, but to use what to print out the standard error, we'll be using our imports, which should be import sys. So import sys. Okay, and then what we do is then we try to print. Then we print from bracket and then string dot format, and then do this. And then what we do next is do this and then present t. We want to print value. Okay, so we try and print value, and then we return true if it prints. If not, it means an exception will be raised. Exception will be raised, and the exception will be either a type error or value error. A type error exception, or a value error. Any of these two that we see, we should try and print the error that has been gotten from this guy. I said exception, except. Okay, so we try and print the value we see from this guy out. So we use the print, still gonna print, and then we say we should print it as saying exception and dot. Okay, so we say exception, am I correct? And this, and then dot format, definitely. So yeah, so this thing will not be standard error, will be here. Okay, that means that you should send that message to standard error, and then we'll say this function called sys dot exception information, that is the exception information. Okay, get it and send it to standard error, which is 1. Okay, and then we have a comma, and then we say file equals to sys dot standard error. Yeah, I think this is the proper way to use the function that sends to the standard error, and at the end it should return false. Yes, so that will be it. You know the worker. I suppose collect your number.
I will sleep.
Let me type my number.
This is just a sleep since.
I see. Even sleep in my eyes too.
I don't sleep yesterday.
I haven't slept for like 3 days.
Eh?
3 days.
3 days. You never sleep?
As well. But they have nap in the afternoon.
Okay, afternoon.
Yeah. But yesterday and today, no afternoon. So let's see. Is this what we get from it? Let's see. School is not an intern. So we have one more guy. This exception format code D. Should be okay. So what we'll do next is we have an error vi 100. What's it called? 100 safe print. Okay, where's D format? Okay, maybe we don't. I think we need it. Hold on a bit. Yeah, Ola.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, thanks. Let me see. Type error, value error, print this value. I'm trying to see what error we have for exception. Format sys.exec info. Let's try and push it first. I don't code D for objects of type string. Okay, we have an object. Yes, definitely is good. Okay, let's just say what if I put exception there? What if I say exception here? Still the same thing. Okay, let's add it and see. Git add 100 save print git commit message safely print, and let's just push it and see what we get. So we'll use the review to check where we are at fault. Okay, so let us see. Oh, this is just a indentation error. It means we might be right. So let's do flick it. Can check it ourselves. 100 save print the py. So we said expected to blank like before. 41 vi 100 save. Yeah. So it expects 2 like this before it. Okay, so 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5. So let's check again. So after the import we have 2 lines. Okay, it's correct, and so we neglect that error we are getting. So write a function that executes a function safely. Okay, so this one is quite simple. So it's going to execute this function safely, and then if the function gives us rubbish, then we put it in an exception block or something. So 101 main.py. So clear it. vi 101 main, so main.py, and then we'll paste this. Okay, good. So clear it, and then the next thing we're gonna do is sorry guys. The next thing we're gonna do is copy this guy. We're gonna copy where is it? We're gonna copy the function name. Save function. So copy it, and then you say vi 101. So save function, and then where shebang user binary and python 3. So we have that, and then we say we'll copy this guy. Function definition. Now for this one, let's see the question that you can assume FCT will always be a pointer to a function. So this is a pointer to a function. Return the result of the function, or return none if something happens during it, and print to standard error preceded by exception. You are to use, so just like the one we did before, and then we'll say import sys, and then we'll give it 2 lines, remember, and then come down here and then do this. Okay, good. So first try and then execute a guy. So let's say result of FCT, which is a function, and this is the argument. Okay, so the result will be saved in result, but if we get an issue, return the result, or we can just say return FCT args. Okay, we can do that as well. So if we get error from that, then we'll have an exception for it. You can just say except exception, or you can type all the type of errors you think we can have, which is going to be the value error, which is going to be the 0, or the type of error that we can usually have, which is the error division error. We don't know what the function is actually doing. We can have the type error, we have the index error, and and then we can have the index error. Okay, so we can have any of these error, and whenever we have any of these error, we should print to the standard error, and standard error, and it should say exception, right? And then we have the placeholder exception, and then the placeholder, and then dot format. Okay, so the first one will be the system exception info. I think it's the system sys dot, not sys underscore. Sys dot ESE info, and the ESE info will have this. ESE info will have this, and then inside it will have nothing, and then this place will say to the standard error, and then come out of it and say comma, and then we'll have a file equals to sys dot standard error, right? And then once we are done, you should return none, right? So this one should return none, right? I think that's it. So let us execute switch mode plus x 101. Okay, I think we are good. Flick 811. We are good too, so we git add 101, save, git commit, and say safely print a function, and then we'll push it. Okay, so that will be that for that, and would run this code. So after that, we have a byte code, right? As for correction, you have a byte code, and this one does not have a tester guy, so we have this. A byte code, and then we have our shebang line, digital binary byte and 3. Good. So we have the function definition at the top, right? We have the function definition. Okay, and then we said it loads, it has a result, right? It loads result, initialize it with 0. So we put that, and then we put result equals to 0. Okay, and then I think we have what, a loop. We set up a loop, and then the range will be from 1 to 3, a constant. The range will be from 1 to 3. So set up a loop. Say for item in range 1 to 3. I didn't indent it. Good. So, and then what do we do? Set up exception. Okay, we set up an exception, and then we'll compare if something is greater than a, if I is greater than a. So this one they use I, so let us just use I. So instead of item 1 to 3. They said that they set up the exception, and they said if I is greater than a, what should happen? If I is greater than a, load exception and say too far. So it should raise an exception as with a message too far, right? That's if that's too far. Keyword pairs. Raise vargs jump forward 18 to 76 to 76. Pop block jump absolute 22. The iterator, okay. A and B. Let me see. Trying to see, okay. And then we say else the result is the addition of the result plus equals to A times B, that is the parameters of these guys, divided by I. Too far A and B, load A and B, result, okay, because else results A and B, and then binary power divided by I, divided by I. Okay, so we're gonna and then what that will give us in the result. And then what else? We have an exception to add. We're gonna add A and B and store it in result. So, and then we'll come out, we've tried, and then except, I just put exception because we don't know what kind of except. So the result will be A plus B equals to, let's say B plus A, or A plus B. And then after that, we'll have to break the loop. We'll break, and then are we returning the result? I think we should be returning the result, and then return the result. Return result. Okay, and then so there's no way to execute this one to see whatever it is. So we just have to add it. With add 102 magic, and then git commit. And then so we convert byte code to code. My light is off. Convert byte code to code, and then git push. And then clear it. Okay. And then let's check our code. My light is off here, so I just need to be fast. So it worked. And so for this one, like usual, is a cpython. I'll put the answer in the description. I'm going to show you the answer. We're going to test it, and then I'll put the explanation in the description. So I'm going to create a separate day to solve this because this would actually take my time. And let's just copy it. So it'll be 103 python.c. If you want a copy of this code, you can go to this the GitHub account to this this. You can go to Oladapc on GitHub. OLADAPSY, or you can just check up Olaguru, OLAGURU. Any of the GitHub accounts, you'll be seeing the answers there, and you just follow this link as well. I'll put it on the description so you can follow it. If I don't put it, try and remind me, because I'm not uploading it straight. I might just cut the beginning and the end, so I have to match the audio with the video, so I might forget by the time I'm uploading, so try and remind me. So the code, I have it available here, and then I'll just copy it from here. It's a 109 line of code. I just say 105. Copy and then we paste it here. So we'll do this, and basically the code entails this is what the code entails. So we have 3 functions defined, and then this is the first function. It's going to print object. I think we did this in the previous task, kind of. And we have a for loop, and then this is the second one. And then it's a quite simple task, and we're going to do it, okay? So yeah, so this is just as simple as that. We have 3 functions, and then we're going to treat this in a separate video, okay? So we'll git add, because my light is off, 103, git commit 103. I'm using one hand to type and one hand to hold my touch, and then git push, and then let's check our code, and then after this we are good to go. All right. Okay, so we are good to go, and ask for correction. So I'll see you in the next video, and have a nice day.